Hi everyone, welcome back to Gluten Free Habit. Today I'm going to share with you my 5 tips for making really great roasted potatoes. I want to start by giving a big thanks to everyone who's subscribed. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll take a second to do that. This side dish is naturally gluten-free and it's very easy to make. It's healthy, inexpensive, and did I mention the flavor is amazing? And it goes great with so many dishes that I serve this one a lot. I've posted the recipe right down below in the description box, but here's what you'll need. 2 bell peppers, a white onion, black pepper, salt, red potatoes, olive oil, garlic powder, and some parsley. I prefer this flat leaf parsley over the curly leaf. It's easier to wash, it's easier to chop, and it has a little bit more flavor. But be careful at the grocery store that you don't accidentally pick up cilantro because it looks very much the same. I buy my potatoes about this size because it's easy for me to cut them up, but you can definitely use the little round ones too. Now wash your bell peppers, wash and dry your parsley, preheat your oven to 425 degrees, and let's get started. Get a large bowl of cold water and just set it nearby. Tip number 1 is cut your potatoes into equal size wedges. This will make sure that the potatoes cook evenly instead of having small wedges that burn and larger wedges that are undercooked. That's never a good thing. Start by cutting anything off the potato that you don't like, and then cut it lengthwise. Cut an X through each potato, and straight through the middle. Now put them in the cold water and move on to the rest of the potatoes. Tip number 2 is soak the potatoes in cold water for about 1 hour. Then after the hour, give the potatoes a good rinse. This will remove some of the starch from the potatoes and help to make them a little bit crispier. So I've already cut my peppers into strips. I didn't think you wanted to see me cut those up. You may want to do chunks instead. That's great too, as long as they're all basically the same size. Next, I cut the onion into strips as well. To mince your parsley, start by gripping the stems and with your knife shave away from you to remove most of the leaves. If you see any long stems that got in there, just pick the leaves off by hand. Now gather all the leaves into a pile and kind of roll them up as much as you can and start chopping. Just keep on going until they're minced. You won't actually need this much parsley, but I'm just showing you how I mince mine. Now set that aside. Now with your potatoes in a large bowl, drizzle the olive oil on and mix to coat all the potatoes. Tip number 3 is don't use too much olive oil. It doesn't take too much to coat the potatoes and we don't want to make them soggy. Now sprinkle on about 1/3 of your seasoning. What I did is I just added the salt, the pepper, and the garlic powder all into one bowl. With super clean hands or with gloves on, mix these up after each addition and just keep going until your seasoning is all used up. Now set that aside and get out your pan. You'll want your pan to have edges like a jelly roll pan or a rimmed baking sheet. The pan that I'm using here is roughly 12 by 18. Spray it with gluten-free cooking spray and add on your potatoes in a single layer. Tip number 4 is don't put the peppers and onions on until later. Adding vegetables to this recipe does soften the potatoes a tiny bit, so if you want your potatoes more crispy, just eliminate the veggies or cook them separately. For me, it's worth the trade-off though. I love the flavor that the bell peppers and onions give to the potatoes. After 20 minutes, give your potatoes a flip and add the veggies on top. Now put your potatoes back in the oven for about 20 minutes, or until your potatoes are golden on the outside and tender on the inside. Every oven is different though, so just keep an eye on them. Okay, I think our potatoes are done. They should look toasted and golden on the outside like these do. And the peppers will be lightly roasted, but not too soft. And finally, tip number 5, add your parsley when the potatoes are done roasting, that way they won't burn. Okay, here they are. The potatoes are ready. They smell fantastic. Be sure to serve them hot right out of the oven. And in case you're wondering, the leftovers are great too. So I hope you love these potatoes as much as we do. And if you think this video is helpful, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up down below. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please click another one at the end of this one. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next gluten-free habit recipe. See you next time!